Right, 1 July 2024, and today I'm going to be delivering the first evening broadcast or streaming of the SADC Summit in Zambia protest. And I know that many of you are excited with the topic that I'm presenting. We're getting very, very close. And what we're doing here is having a huge impact all over the country in Zimbabwe. People are now aware that we're going to be having a protest in Zambia. And this is scaring Mnangagwa and his government. There is so much confusion among Mnangagwa's government. They do not know what to do. And they are now even begging people to protest in Zimbabwe. That is how bad the situation has become, because they cannot handle a protest in Zambia where they do not have control. So this is very, very interesting. And our poster is now out. I've shared the poster with all of you this afternoon. You will see that the poster is very clear. It sets out what we're planning to do. And on the 13th of July 2024, we're going to travel to Zambia. All of us Zimbabweans, as many Zimbabweans as possible, and we're currently in the process of raising money for buses to travel to Zambia. Some of us are going to fly, some of us are going to use buses, some of us are going to go by private cars, and the demands are simple. Mnangagwa cannot be the chairperson of SADC. The Zimbabwe SUM report must be on the agenda, and there must be a national dialogue mediated by SADC. And I've made it very, very clear that the reason of the dialogue is to put in place a transitional arrangement leading to fresh elections. So fresh elections are not negotiable. All Zimbabweans want a fresh election, because what Mnangagwa has done, he has massively destroyed our country. Our country, Zimbabwe, has become a laughingstock. There are so many Zimbabweans live in the country, even as you speak, and many of these Zimbabweans are destitute in foreign countries. They're not able to survive in foreign countries. And so within the next 2 months, you're going to see massive developments. We're on the verge of massive developments. The things that are going to happen are going to shock you. There's going to be so much change, and Mnangagwa is not going to become the chairperson of SADC. If this thing that we're planning fails, which is on the 13th of July, we still have the August summit. But I've been trying to explain to all of you that we should not wait for the SADC summit, because if Zimbabwe is not on the agenda for SADC, then there will be no discussion of Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa is going to become chairperson, and life is going to go on as usual for Mnangagwa. So within the next 2 months, you're going to hear something very, very big. But before I go on to all this, let me explain that just in a few hours' time, I'm going to be flying out. We've got many other people to talk to, many people in very high-level positions that I'm talking to. So I'm going to fly out early in the morning, and I will be gone for like a day or two. Then on the 12th, I'm going to fly into Zambia, and I'm going to be there for over 3 days. We're going to meet many different people. We need to address a number of things. And the first thing that we need to address is the leadership vacuum that has arisen in Zimbabwe. There is a leadership vacuum because there is no political party currently which is able to be an opposition. So the CCC, which is in parliament, is not the party of Nelson Chamisa. Nelson Chamisa has said he's not working with that CCC. The Blue Movement has not started out, and Nelson Chamisa has said he's not working with the Blue Movement. So Chamisa is yet to launch. Chamisa has said he's going to launch, and I'm sure those who have been listening to Bishop Nyamakanga will remember that he mentioned that he had a conversation with Nelson Chamisa, during which conversation Nelson Chamisa said he's not working with the Blue Movement. He's going to launch something new, and when he does launch, he's going to make an announcement. So I want to make that clear, that currently we've got a leadership vacuum. Everything that you're seeing is just preparation. There is currently no political party that is in place. And what I'm hoping to see is Nelson Chamisa in Zambia joining us on the 12th, 18th, and 14th of July for the protest, giving an announcement there and speaking about what is going to happen. Because in Zimbabwe, Mnangagwa is currently preparing to shoot to kill. And this is terrible. Mnangagwa is preparing to shoot to kill. I feel sorry for Mnangagwa right now, because he's preparing to shoot to kill people. during the protest, and many people are going to be caught unawares. The current situation is Mnangagwa knows that as soon as Zimbabwe is on the agenda, that is game over. It's game over for Mnangagwa. He will not be able to withstand the people. Once Zimbabwe is on the agenda, people will have the push and the force to go on the streets. But if Zimbabwe is not on the agenda, then it will be very difficult to convince people to go on the streets, which is why it's critical. It's very, very important for Zimbabwe to be on the agenda. So I think I've talked here for 5 minutes. And guys, today I want to prepare for my flight. And in the morning, I don't know if I'm going to go live because I'm going to be flying out very, very early. I think my flight is, if I'm not mistaken, around 1 a.m. So it's very, very bad. I'm going to sleep only for about 2 hours, and then I'll be off to the airport. I'm flying out of South Africa tonight. And the reason why we're doing so is because there's a lot of goodwill, but we need to start creating the linkages that are needed. If SADC fails, the next place we are going to go to is the AU, the United Nations, and the European Union. That's where we're going. We're not going to be stopping at SADC. And there are other efforts taking place right now as I speak. And some of these efforts are going to be very fast and very swift. But ourselves were focused on one thing, which is the 3 things here I've given you. The protest in Zambia, that is all that we're focused with right now at the moment. We're not doing anything else. And if these 3 things can come to pass, then everything is going to be amazing. It's going to be perfect. So you must understand that the slogan at the bottom there, the time is now. That is a slogan for all the young people of the world. In 2024, all young people all over the world are using the slogan, the time is now. This is the slogan that is being used by young people. And this slogan is being used to galvanize young people for change. Young people that are under the age of 25 are driving change in all countries. And we want all young people in Zimbabwe to drive change in our country. And I think he just destroyed my network right there. Mnangagwa just destroyed my network. The moment I said Mnangagwa Arguraivan Denzara, my network went down. So I apologize, guys, for that brief drop of the network. So while I'm doing this, let me look at the comments so that I don't leave without covering the comments. Then Mkoma Hito says, Mun Uyu, Anonyepa Kutukdi, Mkoma Hito. Then Mkoma Wellington, cowards are always playing away. Yes, cowards are always playing away. Do not confront Mnangagwa directly. Do not do it. Mnangagwa is waiting for you to come directly and face him. He wants to shoot a few people. Like Mnangagwa is going to immediately shoot 5 to 10 people, and then all of you are going to run. Do not go to Zimbabwe right now to protest. Go to Zambia between the 13th of July and the 14th of July, that period when the SADC Ministerial Committee of the organ is meeting, and protest there. Then go home. Make sure Zimbabwe is on the agenda. Do not protest in Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa is going to shoot you and make an example of you, and then everything is going to stop. That is not what we want. And then let's look at other things. Zan PF must go. Yes, Zan PF must go indeed. But remember, Zan PF is not your enemy. So I want to make this clear. And Nelson Chamisa has made this point multiple times. Zan PF is a party in Zimbabwe, just like the DA, the ANC, and all the other parties. So Zan PF is not your enemy. Your enemy is Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa and his family, they're running a cabal which is destroying our country. No one in Zan PF is benefiting from what Mnangagwa is doing with Anachimombe, Anachigumba, Wikinoch 5. That is his own thing. So do not fight Zan PF. Fight Mnangagwa and his cabal. Those are the people that are fighting. They're not fighting Zan PF. Mnangagwa's projects are not finishing. He's using the projects to raise funds and to steal money all over the country. So all of Mnangagwa's projects are not finished. If you look at all the Mnangagwa's projects, they're half done. That is because 10% of the money goes to the project and 90% of the money goes to Mnangagwa. So do not worry about Zan PF. Zan PF is always going to be there. Just the same way in South Africa, they have the DA, they've got a coalition. So you're going to have a coalition. And if you're going to go into a negotiation, you're going to go to a negotiation with Zan PF. So Zan PF will be there, but Mnangagwa has to step down. Mnangagwa is the problem in Zimbabwe. Then Mkomatina says, Faka pressure, we're behind you. The time is now. Yes, the time is now. This is the slogan for all of us. And we're going to do something very, very big together. So all young Zimbabweans come together every night, meet here. And then in July, let's go over to Zambia. Let's have our protest. Do not confront Mnangagwa directly. He's waiting. Mnangagwa is waiting for you to shoot to kill. And then Mkoma Donald Mo is saying, key, lies, sweet lies. Sorry, Mkoma. This time is going to happen. And the young people are going to surprise. So young people in our country are going to surprise Mnangagwa. They're going to surprise the whole world. Everyone is watching. You will not believe the number of calls that I get. I have to switch off my phone. Literally, I have to do that so that I don't stay on the phone all the time. Everyone is so engaged. All countries want us to do this. And if we go to Zambia and just have 10,000 people, the people of Zambia are going to join us. But remember what I said, we're not going to march. We're going to go to the venue of the SADC MCO, stand over there, and Ministerial Committee of the organ. So I keep saying MCO, it's Ministerial Committee of the organ. That is the body that makes a decision about what is on the agenda, and they are the body that can reverse the appointment of Mnangagwa as the chairperson of SADC. If they make that recommendations, the head of states are going to reverse Mnangagwa's appointment as head of states of SADC or chairman of SADC. And the Angolan chairman or president of Angola is going to continue as the chairperson of SADC. So this is what we want. We want Angola to stay as the chairman of SADC while all these issues are going to be sorted out. And if it was up to me, I would also want the Troika to stay the same. And you know that the Troika has got Namibia, it's got Tanzania, and it's got Namibia. We want the Troika to stay the same. We want Mnangagwa not to be anywhere near the leadership of SADC. It would be such an embarrassment if Mnangagwa was to be the chairperson of SADC. Imagine someone who rigged the elections being in charge of a body that is supposed to supervise other elections. How is that going to work? So that's terrible, and we don't want it. And it's something that we're going to be pushing for, and many, many countries are going to be supporting us. So I want to bring this to an end. I know that most of you want to go to bed. And Common Human is saying, Kahambe, UED, Kahambe. That's true. And I really like all the feedback that you're giving us. And Mkoma Nkosinye says, Kenyans protest in Kenya. Yes, 80 Kenyans were killed or more. I do not want a single Zimbabwean to be killed by Mnangagwa. So this is not the time to get killed. So do not protest in Zimbabwe in July. Go to Zambia, do your protest there. I want us all to be alive in August. In August, during the summit, that is where the big protest is going to happen. But this protest in July is critical. That is why we're calling this protest. And Mkoma Morris, I think you understand what I'm saying. How is it going to help us? Because we want to behead in Zimbabwe. Don't you think we must do like Kenyans? No. The only person who wants you to protest in Zimbabwe is Mnangagwa. What he's going to do is, when you make your first move, he's going to shoot a few people, maybe 10 or 20, and all of you are going to run. Do not allow Mnangagwa to scare everyone. Do not do it. Do not confront Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe. Run away from Zimbabwe. Do not do the protest there. Only do the protest in Zambia, and do the protest in front of SADC, and make sure that SADC does the three things that were demanded here. Simple. The simple demands are not to Mnangagwa. The protest is not about Mnangagwa. There's nothing here for Mnangagwa. So check it out. I want to show you guys what the protest is about. There is nothing here that Mnangagwa needs to do. So check it out. There is no action here for Mnangagwa. This is action for SADC. Mnangagwa cannot be SADC chairman. Zimbabwe must be on the agenda. National dialogue mediated by SADC. There is nothing on these demands that needs Mnangagwa. So do not go to Zimbabwe. There's nothing to protest against Mnangagwa. And so you don't need to go there. Why do you need to go there? You need to go to SADC. And SADC won't kill you. The Zambian police won't kill you. The Zambian army won't kill you. That's what I'm saying. Try to understand. If you protest in Zimbabwe, there is no output. What is going to happen? Because the process that we want here is a mediated process leading to fresh elections. So there is no war. It's not immediate. We are looking here at a period of between now and the end of the SADC summit in August. That's where we want things to move. We want a timetable. And I want to thank people that are calling here. But all I can say to you is, let me give you the link. Go on the system. Do not call me on the phone. I think I've got someone here very important that needs to talk to us. Let me see if I can put this person here on the live, because they've been trying to talk to me since morning. So I want to give them the link. So forgive me, guys, if I look like I'm not paying attention here. It's important for me to give this guy a link so that he can talk to us, and let's see if he's able to join us. But if any of you want to join, here is the link. Let me put the link here. I think everyone who's watching here can join the link that I've put here online. So please join here if you're interested. And if you're watching me, join online on the link that I've provided you here with. So I've had so many queries about this. Why go to Zambia? Why go to Zambia? Yes, go to Zambia. Mnangagwa is bloodthirsty. Do not give him a chance to test blood in Zimbabwe. Do not allow it. Let him have his Zimbabwe, and the soldiers and the police and CIO, let them stay in Zimbabwe. We go to Zambia, we stand at the venue of the SADC MCO meeting, and we do our protest there with our clear demands, and then we go into our buses and go home. Make sure that the people that need to negotiate, people like me, can walk over and make sure that the negotiation is done. I've got all the contacts of the people who are in the MCO. I've got all the contacts of people who are SADC Secretariat. My horse is going to be there, and all the people that need to be there are going to be there. The negotiation is going to take place, which is to say, Mnangagwa cannot be chairperson of SADC, and Mnangagwa's COM report must be respected. And also, the third demand here, let me show you what the third demand is: mediated dialogue in Zimbabwe. We cannot not have mediated dialogue in Zimbabwe. Those are simple demands, and they've got nothing to do with Mnangagwa. These are not demands from Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa can stay the way he is right now. It's fine for Mnangagwa to stay the way he is. He's going to get the answer from SADC. Yeah, so Mkomashingi, I've sent you the link here. If you want to join, I'm going to be dropping within a very short space of time. So if anyone wants to join here, please enter this discussion right here, and do not be afraid. If I'm not afraid, you should not be afraid. Fear is the biggest problem in our country. And the thing that's to fear is not fearful. So if you look at Mnangagwa, there's nothing to be afraid of. As I said to you, within the next 2 months, Mnangagwa is going to be out of office. I've said this to you before. He's destroying the economy. He's scared right now of releasing the ZIG. The ZIG has not been released. Many people have been arrested in our country. There are many people in jail right now. Over 70 people who are protesting are in jail. Many touts are in jail. Many people who are exchanging foreign currency are in jail. You cannot arrest the whole country. And this is where he is. He's been trying to arrest the economy. He's been trying to arrest the protesters. And I'm afraid that, unfortunately, in August, Mnangagwa is planning to shoot to kill. You heard his people. His Minister of Home Affairs he said it. His Permanent Secretary of Home Affairs yesterday he said it, that they're willing to shoot to kill. And they'll deploy many people. They've also put the venue of SADC almost 15 kilometers from the presidents. So the presidents have been put away from the people. Lucky enough, the villas are not finishing. They're failing to finish the villas. So this is the Parliament of Zimbabwe here. And if you look at this road, which I'm showing you here, look how far the Parliament is. Do you see how far that is? Now look at where the villas are. These villas are more than 15 kilometers from the Parliament. You can barely see where the Parliament is. Mnangagwa is trying to make it impossible for people to march from here and go to the Parliament. So whatever happens, The protest in August, they've already planned for it. Do something different. Do something that will make it impossible for Mnangagwa to shoot people and to kill people on the road and hide the evidence, because that is what is going to happen. And I acknowledge your presence here, Mkoma Alex Howe. I know it's scary for you to talk, and I want Mkoma Shingi to join before I go, because guys, I have to sleep for 2 hours before I fly. Because I tend not to see my flight, and I end up sleeping on the flight all the way, and I don't like it. I like to see what happens when I'm flying. So Mkoma Shingi, I've given you a chance to join here. If you're not able to join, let me know. But if you want to join, then it will be nice. And then I've got some comments here on my email. It says, "Good evening. How do you intend to couch this, given that Zimbabwe security sector is on high alert?" Zimbabwe security sector can be on high alert. So Zimbabwe security sector, I know you're watching. We are going to free you, and we're going to free your people. This thing that I'm showing you here is going to happen. Our country is going to change dramatically. There's going to be massive development in our country. Our young people are going to be employed. Our country is going to have proper development. There will be no corruption. There will be open competition for leadership in our country. And soldiers and police are going to live a beautiful life, a life that is respectable. If you go to Gaborone, the way that soldiers, police, and intelligence are living, those guys are living a clean life. The government there has built them beautiful flats. They drive beautiful cars, and they do not spend all their time chanting party slogans. If you're in the army in Botswana and you have to chant party slogans, it's because you like it. You're not forced to do that. Similarly, if you go to Zambia, the police are polite, they are clean and neat, they drive nice cars. Zambia is good. If you go to Lusaka especially, it's looking amazing, it's developing, and there is opportunity. Construction is taking place all over Zambia, and the economy is booming. As a soldier, you are able to save money, and you won't do what happened. Today, you saw the funeral, the Brigadier General who just died yesterday. This was his funeral here at his home. They had to use this Dove's car here. And unfortunately, I don't have the other picture of this funeral. But what was happening here was they had to bring toilets from Harare. That is how bad it is. Brigadiers, the top people in the army, when they retire with nothing. However, in other countries, brigadiers, soldiers, people in the government, when they retire, they've got money, they get proper pensions. In Zimbabwe, that doesn't happen. And this is all because of Mnangagwa's policies. Mnangagwa's policies have failed, and they will never improve. You cannot expect anything to come from Mnangagwa right now. That is why young people are uprising and they're saying, let's change this. Let's get Mnangagwa out. But do not confront Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe. Please do not do it. If you see someone forcing you to confront Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe, that person is trying to get you killed, or they want you to be put in jail for months and months. Look at Timber. Look at all the 70 guys that are in jail right now. Have you ever seen anyone of the leadership even talking? I think the only person I've heard talking is Mahere, saying these people have been in jail for so long. It's crazy. People are being arrested and thrown in jail. And what Mnangagwa is going to do is he's going to move the bail. Today, he's going to make the bail 14 days. And before you know it, SADC summit is over. Do not confront Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe. Do not do it. Do not give him a chance. It's like going after a bunch of vampires by yourself. It won't work. You are going to get eaten. That is the situation in Nana Mnangagwa. They are waiting for you to make that move in Zimbabwe, and don't do it. Make sure that they keep their guns and they keep all their plans, but give them no one to apply all their strategies on. The strategies, the diabolic strategy of killing people who are protesting. This thing is being planned right now as you speak. So do not do it. You are being led into the slaughter. Someone is trying to lead people to the slaughter. Kuti, you know very well the kind of regime that you're dealing with. And you know what has happened. Mnangagwa is paid to become the SADC chairperson. And this is confirmed to me. I went to SADC myself, and you saw me right here inside SADC, the first man from Zimbabwe to enter SADC. There, You can see Mnangagwa at the corner. He is the chairperson, incoming chairperson of SADC. And I'm not telling you things that I heard here. I was right there at SADC. So believe me, believe this thing that I'm telling you. Do not go and confront Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe. Go and protest against Mnangagwa in Zambia, in Lusaka, during the MCO meeting. And let's all go over there. And then we'll review and see what has happened. So it's very important for us to look and say, now that we've gone to Zambia on the 13th of July, what has happened? And what do we do next? While we still have time. So this is why this is very, very important for us to do that. And then Mkoma Shingrai have finally joined me. I'm going to just wait for you to get your gadgets on. So I give you like a second or two, and then I will let you in. I will be letting you in within a second. Mkoma Shingrai is one of the top journalists based in Botswana. So I want us to have a chat with you, and let's see if we can challenge my thinking here. Mkoma Shingrai, how are you doing?
I think, Mr. Gambako, you are lost. This is Shingrai from Zambia, not from Botswana.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mkoma. I was waiting for Shingrai from Botswana. So how are you doing?
I'm okay, Mr. Gambako.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So let me hear what you're thinking today. What is your thoughts on what we're planning?
Yeah, since I'm following you every day about now the issue of Zambia, coming to Zambia, I think I need to know more about how are you going to do it when you come this side, because I think there's a procedure. I don't know whether you have already done the procedure. I think here when you want to do something, you start from the police. Then if they allow you, I think there are some procedures which you are supposed to do. So I don't know whether you have already finished all those things.
Okay, so I can't discuss the details here.
Okay.
Because obviously for various reasons.
Okay,
there is a process in place. So you should be assured that we are going to make sure that everything happens legally. And also there's no matching. So I just wanted you to understand that there's no matching. People are just going to go to the venue and stand, and someone is going to address. We're going to get people to address. And there is no matching outside of the venue. So that is, it's going to be a gathering, but not a match.
Okay. So you I think you give me the more details for whatever the how we can also join you, because I'm already here in Zambia, in Lusaka.
Okay, excellent. I'm also going to arrive ahead of time. I'll try to arrive there way in time, and we've got a group now of all the Zimbabwean students in Zambia, and I encourage all our people who are working in Zambia, all the students, all the people who work there, and if you're a vendor or someone who sells goods, try to arrange your journey for that week. Make sure that on the 13th you're in Zambia, then you can participate in a protest without getting killed. That is the point I'm trying to make here. Mnangagwa, they will shoot you in Zimbabwe, but they can't shoot you in Zambia, and everyone knows this. That is why we're saying, if you are scared of protesting in Zimbabwe, go to Zambia, where you are going to just stand and listen. We want huge numbers at the venue. We want the leaders of the SADC MCO, when they look on the left, they see people. When they look on the right, they see people. We don't want them to see a few people. We want them to see at least 10,000 people at the venue. That to make an emphatic statement, we don't need to make a lot of noise. We just need to be very strategic. And this is what we're doing here. Mkoma Shingrai.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zimbabwe.
Right. I would like to thank you, Mkoma. And it's massive how people are engaged with what we're doing. And one strange thing that I want to show you is that also we obviously have different thoughts. People that come up with different thoughts, we accept the criticism that is coming from different people. And if you see someone bringing criticism, do not take it badly, do not feel discouraged. And let's all think this through. Because the problem is, after the protest, the journey is longer than before the protest. So you see what I'm doing right now? It has taken us 2 weeks. What is going to happen after the protest is going to take over a year. The process of Mnangagwa stepping down us having a dialogue, us having a fresh election, us having a transitional system, it's a very, very long. And we need structure. We need structure. We need to be structured. Otherwise, we end up with the same situation that we have, where you've got an ambiguous system. Right now, we've got something ambiguous. We've got a leadership vacuum. The people that are supposed to be leading you are not there. So right now, the only person that you can see is Mnangagwa and Zimbabwe. So every day you see Mnangagwa and you see Zimbabwe, but those are not your leaders. Mnangagwa is going to step down. Zimbabwe is just talking to you, but the people that are supposed to take over are not there. You cannot see what they say, right? So if I say to you, what is going to happen? What is the opinion? What is that we're negotiating? Those things are not there. So those are the things that we need to structure. We need to create a structure. Our country will not go up without systems, and we need to make very, very strong systems. We need to enforce whoever comes into the existing systems, like developed countries. Weak countries rely on individuals. Strong countries rely on strong systems. So I'm now talking more than you. Let me give you a chance to speak.
No, it's fine, because what I want is to understand how to do the thing and where we are coming from and where we are going. So to me, it's okay.
Okay, that's cool. I'll obviously give you the details in private, not here in public.
Okay.
But what I can assure you is that there is so much goodwill. Young Zimbabweans, this is your time. If this doesn't happen now, we are gonna have this thing in 2040. But everyone wants to support us. The government, people in the security services, they want change. People are fed up of corruption. People don't want what is happening in Zimbabwe right now. And we've got a big opportunity here to change our country, to have development, and to have all our countries, or people who are living in foreign countries, to come back and live among us. So this is very important. And to me, this is very close to my heart. I know that many of you who live overseas are living in destitution. You are living on your last salary. When you get paid, you have to go and look for a credit card just to make ends meet for the next month. If you come back home, you are going to have land, you are going to have your relatives nearby. If things don't work, you're going to be able to go to the rural areas and rest. You're going to have a holiday in Victoria Falls, in Nyanga, in Matopos. You're not going to be living in a country where everything you're building is temporary. That is what we want. We want our people to do very, very well. And this is the objective of what we're doing here. So, Mkoma Shingra, is there anything else you want to say before I let you go?
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say, I'm not younger. You are my young brother yourself. Me, I'm older than you by far, because I'm already 60, right? But then I've been in the first struggle for the first one, which Mnangagwa says we are the one who fought. So what we want right now is the change which you are talking about. So I'm behind what you are saying. For the next generation, the principle of God is like, I have to kusira vana vangu nhaka nemuzukuru nechizukuru. Saka ndo zvendakufaitira izvozvo kuti ndisire vana nhaka nevazukuru nemuzukuru. Thank you so much, Mr. Bagambakwe, for the time that you gave me today. Thank you so much.
You know, Mkoma, what you just said there is very touching to me.
Yes.
The fact that you are 60 years old.
Yes.
I would have wanted you to be with us in Zimbabwe, just enjoying life in Zimbabwe. And here, when I'm in South Africa, I meet people at the age of 60, 70 who are still struggling, even working as waiters in the restaurant. And it gives me a lot of pain. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So let's fix this. Let's make it right.
That's my wish, to go back home as soon as possible.
Yes, thank you very much, Mkoma. And I know Mnangagwa watches this. Mnangagwa is watching here with his whole family. They watch here every night. And what I would like to say is 2 months is too much. People are fed up and people are tired. Guys in the military, guys in security, they're living in destitution. They can barely make ends meet. And fear is holding us back. I've given the example of one buffalo, with thousands of buffalo being chased by 2 or 3 lions. This is what Zimbabweans are like.
Yes, yes.
If one buffalo is grabbed, you are going to see 10,000 buffalo looking on, and the few lions are eating the one that is alive. This is what Zimbabweans have been like, and that is why we're being tossed and pushed around every day, because we do not understand the power of our numbers. But the young people are going to make it different. I've got a great hope that everything is going to change.
Yeah, we believe everything is going to change.
Thank you very much, Nkoma. I'll talk to you in private tomorrow. Let me just wrap up here because I'm going to be traveling. Within a short space of time, I'll just have to jump in the shower and I'll be in the plane.
Okay, thank you so much.
Cheers. Right, so I think that was nice to talk to Nkoma Shingrai. The other Nkoma Shingrai is failing to join. So we're obviously aware that we're being watched by a lot of people. Let me tell you who watches here. Decision makers, investors, people who want to do business in Zimbabwe. They are watching what we're doing here. People want Mnangagwa to step down. People want Mnangagwa to go. People that are very important. People in our government, people in our security structures, people in our police, people in the army. They want Mnangagwa to step down. They are waiting to see what we do within the next 2 months. Do not let these people down. Let's make sure that all these people, they see that the young people are capable, and the amount of support that is going to come to Zimbabwe is amazing. There's going to be so much support on Zimbabwe. And as I said, within the next 2 months, Mnangagwa would have stepped down and will be having a fresh system. People of Zimbabwe, all you have to do is make sure that you play your part. Play your part. Do not look away. Take this chance in Zambia. We're going to make the arrangements to make sure that this is done. We've got people all over the place, and this is going to be done. You're going to have the necessary permissions. We're going to be very disciplined, and Zambia is going to host the SADC MCO, and it's going to be an opportunity for Zimbabwe so that you don't get killed. Now, let's look at other comments here. This saying, I'm telling you, don't follow him. Yes, don't follow me. Follow what I'm saying. So don't follow me, follow what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that go to Zambia and protest. Do not confront Mnangagwa, you get killed. And then Ndatadze is saying, Tsitsi, please leave us alone. Tsitsi is not a real person, it's a ghost. I'm so sorry, guys. I just got crushed here and I thought I was going to get killed by my equipment here. I apologize for that. And so let's calm down. It's not anything dangerous. It's just some equipment. And then Gambakwe, good evening. You know, I don't trust your conversation with Shingrai. Why Mkoma Mazola? Don't you trust my conversation with Shingrai? Mkoma Shingrai is in Zambia and he is knowledgeable. Why is it that you don't trust us? And then what else do we have here? Primrose, I'm going to end with you. Even in the Bible, they used to say Jesus is lying. Gambakwe is telling the truth. Really, the truth hurts. Yes, the truth hurts. And let's unpack the truth. If you confront Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe, a few people are going to get killed, or a lot of people are going to get killed. And then they'll turn around and say, we only killed 20 people in Zimbabwe, but in Kenya, they killed 80. So it will be like a competition now. So what you need to do is to make sure that you don't give them a chance to do that. Do the protest in Zambia. That is exactly what we've been saying. And I don't want to keep repeating this. I think I've repeated this enough. And I now want us to bring this to an end. And then Takunda Nashe says, how sure are you that ED will kill people and why? ED has killed people before. So between 2018 and this period now, the number of people that have been killed is approximately 30. So 8 people were killed during the elections, the last elections, 1st August. That is the number of people that were killed. Then Pastor Masaya was killed. Then there was another young man that was killed in Glenview. I apologize for not having his name right on my fingertips. Then there was a period after the elections where one day soldiers just went on the streets and started to shoot people that were standing around in the suburbs. I don't know if it was a stay away or what, But if you go to the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission, you see that the number of people that have been killed is approximately 30. There was an investigation by the Motlanthe Commission. Mnangagwa has refused to engage with that report, the same way that he's refusing to engage with the CM report. So I'm quite confident that if Mnangagwa does not get his way, he's going to go on a rampage and he's going to kill people. And that is why I'm saying, go to Zambia. So I don't want to keep saying this, and let's just leave it here. So let me get ready. Let me get ready for my flight. In an hour, I'll be at the airport, and then we'll talk. We'll talk when I arrive where I'm going. I'm going to be going there for about 2 days. Then I'll be back here in South Africa. And thank you very much, everybody, for your support. I really know that you are engaged. And then Uprimlos Lika Gambakwe, and I like it. I like your Primrose, and I like your hair. You look amazing. So I thank you guys. It's really amazing, and I would like to thank you for all your support. Let's not just end at talking. Please go here to Gambakwe donation page. That is promojournal.com. Go over there and make a donation. Donate $100, $50, $1,000, whatever. Make sure that this work goes ahead. And this money is going to be accounted for. We've got a budget right now that is running. Unfortunately, we can't show you the names of people that are donating. But for us to be able to move around, to go where we're going, is the support from guys from all over the world. As I said, there's so much goodwill. And I am amazed at all the support that is pouring in from all over the world. So play your part, be part of this thing. The time is now, and God is in it.